Careful, Instagram. Bro, excuse me. Can you move a little bit over? I wanna make a video during my shot.
You serious?
Of course.
Yeah, it's a gym, man. You're not supposed to be recording. I mean, what the hell's going on?
Bro, I wanna put it in my private page.
Private page? You know what?
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Generation Iron Podcast. Your hosts, Victor Martinez, Ehsan Farahi, Vlad Yudin, and Edwin Mejia. Thank you for joining us for another fun
times. Basically, yeah. What are we talking about today?
We're talking about Arnold Classic.
More predictions.
We are in the winter. Finally, we are in the winter.
I hate these episodes.
Winter has come.
And champion of the winter is in the winter company.
Yes.
What? Repeat that.
Winter country. Predictions. So how wrong are we going to be today as we were for the Olympia?
Before we go to Arnold Classic, I want to ask you
we're completely
something.
wrong about Olympia, all of us.
Yeah.
So
I want to ask you something. You compete at Arnold Classic and Mr. Olympia. It's a totally different organization.
Yeah.
Which one? It's more enjoyable for athletes.
I think guys like the Arnold because less moving around, and it's one day as opposed to two. You have to peak for 2 days for the Olympia. Again, not taking away from the Super Bowl of bodybuilding. It's just athletes prefer to just get it over with in one day, and that's what the Arnold does.
Oh, like prejudging and judging on the same day.
Yeah,
as opposed
same
to
day.
Olympia is 2 days. Yeah, I got you.
Yeah. So you got to sleep at night, wondering for another 24 hours. How are you gonna do?
Is it good to picking for one day or separate day?
Guys will argue this. I prefer the one day only because, but it can actually help. Because if you see that one day you didn't peak, it could help you, it could help you the next day, like it did Jay in 07, It helped him a lot.
Really?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, from prejudging and final, he changed.
He did. I mean, again, hate to bring up 07. It's just, but it's a prime
Don't
factor.
bring up 07 ever.
No.
07
Never bring that up.
No,
07 is your name, man. Come on.
No, but it's one of those things.
Like
that,
Jay Cutler gonna be upset at you for saying that. Somebody's always gonna be upset.
I think Jay Cutler knows that. Jay knows that.
He knows that?
No, he doesn't.
Did you ever ask him?
He doesn't know that.
No, we're not talking about 07. We're talking about is it better a 2-day show or a 1-day show? And I like a 1-day show, but a 2-day show can be beneficial if you haven't hit the peak the first night.
But wait, did Jay Cutler ever on a record say that you deserve to win in 07? That's the last time I'm bringing it up.
On record, that's
on
a
a
good
record.
question.
Did he ever say that?
I don't think so, no.
The viewers want to know, Vic.
Okay, did he tell you off
ever say that?
Did he tell you off the record?
What does he have to say?
That he lost and you won.
I mean,
Has he ever mentioned it to you in
He just took what was given to him.
in the backstage? Be like, hey Vic, you actually did win this.
Yeah,
photo.
did he tell you that?
Did that ever happen?
I mean, should it? I don't think so.
I don't think
he
so.
only took what was given to him,
So he did admit to you at one point, right?
Jay is not like this. Jay is not like this.
Yeah.
No, I mean the viewers want to know if it actually.
You just
had
ran
a
with it,
conversation.
man. I will be running with it too. I mean, they're like mine now.
So we'll never really know if he did or didn't.
No. Jay's doing.
I'm
good.
sure he was asked many times about this situation.
Probably he's probably just as annoyed as me, maybe. You know.
Probably less than you, but
Come on, Jay, what do you think? 07. I mean, everyone wants to hear your opinion.
Oh man. So who do you have for the Arnold?
Well, I'll go first and then
Wait, do
say.
you want to go through the list first?
Well, actually, yeah, why don't you go through the list?
Let's go through the
All
list.
right, so this is the list of men's open. All right, so William Bonac, Sean Clarita, the 212 competitor, doing open now. All right, Samson Dauda, Kamal, Big Ramy, Patrick Moore, Andrew Jack, Justin Rodriguez, Nick Walker, and Akeem Williams. That's the list.
It's a nice list.
It's a good list.
So 2-1 to jump into open. Kamal and
Yes.
Sean Corrida.
Two 212 guys, yes.
Well, I'll go
12.
first since my opinion means the least here. So
Not true,
You know,
not true, man. You're having a keen eye these days, man.
I was close on the last one. I said Hadi Chupan was.
You did say that.
Yes.
So
You put him in second.
I did almost win that one, but I think that obviously it's to me. I mean, Nick Walker looks incredible. I think Nick Walker's going to pull it out. I mean, the guy looks like a monster, but he looks really shredded too. At the same time, he looks great. Now, I will say that I think that Big Ramy, if he does come in really peeled like as he's supposed to be, I think he'll take it. But I think Nick Walker is coming in.
We're hoping that he took care of those, details on the tricep, on the back area.
Right.
If he took care of that, he could have an edge. But if that's still an issue, I think it's going to be one of those determining factors of his placing.
But I do want to say I would love to see Justin Rodriguez come in there and destroy the competition. I'm a big fan of Justin.
Really?
Justin, I'm a big fan of yours.
Wow, I never knew that.
I would love to see him win, not because he's Dominican, but because
Good.
He
Of
is.
course, of
he
course.
is
There you go.
I think he's a New York guy. right?
Of course.
Is he?
New
You know
York,
Justin?
Dominican,
Yeah.
And we would love to see him win. And I think he would be a great representative as well.
No, he has to turn it up. I mean, did he make a big difference from the Olympia till now?
Right.
Hope he did. Again, it's one of those things that I also root for him. Want him to do well, but he's going against top 3 Mr. Olympia, man.
Right.
And also a 2-time Arnold champion. And I think everybody else that is there was placed ahead of him at the Olympia. So he's really got to create an impact here.
So who do you think will win, and who do you want to win? That's actually an important question too.
All right, who I like to win?
Who do you think will win, and who do you want to win?
Listen, what I want,
It matters. Come
I
on.
hardly ever get, so I'm not going to go with my wants. I would definitely give a top 5
Yeah,
in
go
no
ahead.
particular order, just because based on their
No, you got to
shape.
pick one. You got to pick the winner. You have
The
to.
one, man.
Come on.
Damn. I mean,
So go for the fifth. Fifth, fourth, third, 2-1. Go.
let's go here. Okay, let me go with top 5, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And then I'll do the order, right?
Okay.
It's going to be Nick. He's just been
Like Walker.
pushed a lot everywhere you turn and look.
Yeah.
Everybody's been, spilling out Nick. So Nick up there. You have Sean Clarita, also Mr. Olympia champion, 212. You have who else is there?
Samson.
Samson.
Big Ramy, of course.
Yeah, William Bonac.
You think he's gonna be top 5, William Bonac?
I think he could. I mean, I saw pictures of him not too long ago, and this is him holding water. His muscle bellies came up. His lower back is in. He's looking good. Again, I hope he makes his peak. So that being said, on the top 5, now in the
So Big Ramy is not in top 5.
yeah.
He put him in top 5. Yeah.
Yeah, Big Ramy can turn it up. Again, it's
So give me top 3.
top 3. Gonna have Nick.
Okay.
Oh man, I didn't throw Samson there in the top 5.
Andrew Jack
did.
too.
Yeah.
Nobody mentioned Andrew Jack so far.
Andrew Jack too.
Nick, Samson, and damn man, guys, you already know I suck at predictions because it's bodybuilding, and you don't know because anybody can screw it up the last 3 days.
Yes.
If Big Ramy doesn't get first place at this Arnold, should he at that point not do Olympia anymore, or do you think he should come back and do it? In your opinion.
No, that's what champions are made of. I think if he doesn't do well, it's just another, slap and a huge criticism for himself. But I don't think Rami should quit.
If Rami loses to Sean Clarita, for example, let's talk realistically
Man,
here.
it's
This was what happened last year, right? He came in and won the.
I mean, you're not losing
No.
to a
He
bad
didn't win.
champion. You're losing
Yeah.
to someone who works his ass off. I've seen Sean train at the gym, man.
He's a
Before
monster.
By the way, if
signature.
Sean Clarita wins, in my opinion, that'd be sick
I
because
wouldn't be upset at that.
he's gonna do the Open at the Olympia next year. That's gonna make things really interesting.
Well, actually, no, he came in and he won a competition against like Sergio Oliva and some
Yeah,
guys
yeah,
that
he
won
did.
that one show,
Yeah.
right? That's what I was
a couple of years ago,
referring
he
to.
did, yeah.
Yeah, but
yeah.
know, they were slightly off, and they couldn't afford to have been off. But
Yeah, shout out to Sean, man. And shout
If
out
he
to
wins,
Sean works hard,
if
man.
he wins,
Sean is from Jersey too.
Yeah,
Sean's
he's-
presented to New Jersey.
he comes in and wins, it's going to be
I think Nick is
game
go-
over, and it's going to be a very dark few months for a lot of those athletes on stage.
I would like Akeem
Yeah.
to sneak up there.
Yeah, I want to talk Akeem. Akeem has a very good potential, but I don't know why.
He needs to peel. He needs to peel, but he needs to peel early. And I see Akeem.
I think because he has a lot of muscle, either he become flat or 2 step back.
Yeah.
Either he become too much flat. They cannot push it too much. The muscle jumping up in the skin.
And I think it has to do with suffering. Got to suffer a little.
You don't think he's suffering?
I don't know, because when you suffer, you come in ready. You're ready about 3 weeks out.
He had a lot of muscle. He don't need muscle. He's exactly like a big Rami. He don't need muscle. He needs just exactly what you
Just
said.
get peeled. Get
Peel.
peeled. Bring that detail in. I mean, he beat
Conditioning.
Kamal last year at the Tampa Pro, and that was, again, mostly etched him on size. But Kamal had the condition, but
Yeah.
Akeem had enough condition to kind of crack it. But this is the Arnold. I don't think they'll let you slide just by a bit.
You think Big Rami will win or what? Who do you have in your top one?
Top 5 for me. I put Nick Walker in the first.
First.
Yeah,
I think so too.
I think Nick
Yeah,
right
they'll
now
have-
is he's going to
Did you
next
see him
level.
do those pull-ups, by the way? Those recent
Yeah,
pull-ups?
Yeah.
Core. He was
I
training
mean,
core.
incredible core. He
Yeah.
looks like
leg
a
raises,
complete
leg
mu-
raises, Edmund.
Leg raises, yeah. leg raises.
Yeah. No, I'm sorry, not pull-ups. Yeah, I mean leg raises. Sorry, guys.
That was a sick video.
Anyways, he looked incredible doing that.
Yeah,
You've
Nick-
seen that, right?
Yeah.
Nick
of course.
Walker, Samson.
Samson second, you put?
Samson second.
Okay.
Samson.
Yeah. Andrew Jack
Third.
Andrew Jack third. Sean Corrida. Sean Ryan, Andrew Jack third and fourth.
Okay, Andrew Jack, Samson, almost same body type.
Yeah.
Nick Walker, totally different body
Yes,
type.
totally
And,
different. Nick Walker, you look like exactly young Jay Cutler.
Yeah.
No?
Let's
Yeah,
not-
Jay was a
let's not
little
talk
wider.
about-
Jay was
Yeah,
a
Jay a
little
little
wider.
wider.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Jay was wider, definitely.
Jay was
wider
wide.
clavicle.
Oh my God. First time I saw Jay Cutler in backstage, I was in Turkey with the seminar for Jay Cutler, 2008. Exactly 1 month after Jay Cutler lost to Dexter Jackson. The first time I saw him from his back like a Chinese wall. I mean, it was crazy wide. I mean,
Yeah, Jay's always been wide and thick, one of these, and always came in peeled,
yes, conditioning.
So who's fifth
One
then?
more Big Ramy.
Big Rami all the way down to
Fifth.
5.
And to my opinion, if Big Ramy not get place for Arnold,
He should quit?
He should be stopped.
Should we stop?
He should be stopped competing.
Regroup.
No, he's saying retire. You're talking about retirement.
retirement.
Retire,
He's talking about
retire.
retire.
Big Rami
Yeah.
to retire.
Yes.
That's a big
How
statement.
many years has Rami been a pro?
For a long time, 2012.
12?
Yes.
All right, it's 10 years.
13.
2012. I mean, 11 years he passed.
11.
I mean, think about it. Ronnie Coleman, the last Mr. Olympia, Ronnie Coleman competed. He was 42 years old.
07, wasn't it?
07.
We wouldn't talk about this.
And 07 always come out. and right now, Big Ramy is 42. So I think Victor knows better. When the age passes
Victor said he should stay.
it's very hard to bring
It
that
gets harder.
crispy.
It's more challenging.
It's hard to bring that
But
crispy
look,
look.
Pavel Jablonik, he did the New York Pro, which was Night of Champions at the time. And he was coming in PO. He was already in his late 40s. So it depends. I mean, people peak differently.
But Big Ramy, he had a lot of muscle. I mean, I saw his picture.
He
and
clearly
video.
wants Big Ramy to retire. You made that point already before. We get the point. You want him to leave. I got it.
I don't want to see him. He get more
hurt?
down and down. You know, he's
I
a
see
one
what
of the
you're saying.
king. He's a one of the
Right.
king of the Super Bowl. Yeah.
Yeah.
Of bodybuilding. He's
So
one
that-
of the top. If he's compete and he go down and down, what happened? He can come back as motion wise.
Right.
You know, when you get retired after that, Dorian Yates said in the movie for Generation 9, he said, after 2007, 1997, I get depression. I didn't know how I can compete. For 6 to 8 years, he was depression. That's why he's right now. He's smoking weed in the mountain and yoga. His meditation, his mind. He say that a lot, few times for few books,
Yeah.
movie.
Yeah.
But my point, I don't want to see Big Ramy go to.
Smoke weed in the mountains.
I want to see actually.
Doing the skate, getaway.
You don't want to see that.
Listen, I think Ramy is still pretty young. I think if anything happens to the negative at the Arnold, I think he should just pull off, but not retire. Pull off, change his entire training method and dieting.
Maybe
and
another
just-
coach again.
and come back. I think you could come back. I mean,
Really?
again, if these issues with the tricep and everywhere else.
Well, look at this. Look
it's
at
not,
this.
You know,
Look at this. Nick Walker right now. He's 27 or 28.
His 20s,
late
definitely. Right?
20s, yeah.
Okay. Can he compete with 27 to 28 years kid in the role?
It depends what kind of kid. I mean, if Nick Walker is not just a regular
I
kid.
mean,
you know?
Hadi Chupan
He's
is
mutant,
30.
man. He's mutant. That's
Hadi Chupan is 30, 31.
He's that young for real?
Yes,
Thought it was
yes.
old.
Hadi Chupan is 30, 31
Wow.
It's the beard. Everybody looks older with the beard.
with the beard. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it is the beard, man.
So speaking of Arnold Classic, last time you won Arnold Classic was in Spain, 2011.
oh yeah,
That was another crazy year.
yes, it was. I don't know. What's the streak, man? I don't know.
7 and then 7-11. Look at this. 07 and 11.
Yeah,
That was like a
7-11.
tour. That was like a tour. I mean,
Yeah, I think we did Arnold, Spain,
Spain.
Olympia, India, Arnold, Spain,
Yeah. India or Australia?
India.
India.
Yeah, Australia wouldn't let me in.
Wow.
So really?
No.
Damn. But the crazy thing is when you got back to the States as a champion, right?
So
you
one
can
week-
tell that story.
I want to tell you a story. 1 week before Arnold, Spain, Victor come to Dubai with me. So we are working every day. Oh my God, guys. I mean, that year, if he comes to Mr. Olympia that year, definitely he becomes Mr. Olympia.
Yeah,
I
was
mean,
that year? 2011, I got fourth.
2020, yes.
2011, I got fourth, and then that's when I went to the Arnold.
Yes. And Arnold
But
in Spain.
India was first, yeah.
And Arnold in Spain, you win.
yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone start to talk about you.
They still do Arnold Spain? That's Arnold Europe, right?
I think
They
they
stopped.
went with the
I think Rafael
Rafael.
Santo jacked that one up.
Fake Dr. Ruffle.
But wait, so what happened when you got back to the States as a champion? That's
well,
the,
it's one of those things that they said, listen, every time you come in, we were told to kind of detain you because of some immigration issues.
right.
So you were detained that year?
No, the border patrol agents are pretty cool. They're like bodybuilding. They
Like
just
custom.
said-
You're talking about customs.
Yeah, customs.
In the airport or like
In the airport,
Okay,
yeah.
okay.
They just said, listen, so they'll give me, instead of, because I didn't have my green card, it was withheld.
Oh, okay, right.
Yeah, and the whole time, my
But they
parents,
let
both my
you
parents were
slide, right?
citizens.
They let you slide from
Yeah, but they kept warning me. Both my parents were citizens. I didn't think anything of it, and they just said, I don't know, but right now, go ahead. And then I came back from India. They had told me, I'm not sure if we can let you go next time. But people told me I could win the Arnold. And I feel
a
like
big
I
deal.
could win the Arnold.
Of course.
So I'm like, stay home, be a sheep, and wait for the customs and whatever show up at my house and pick me up. I said, you know what? I'm going to do the Arnold. I'm going to go ahead first. I want to do my best and try and win this. And if I get locked up, I get locked up. What am I going to do, you know? It's one of those things you
Take
just
a risk.
It's a risk,
yeah.
but it was a risk worth my while.
It was a
At least one achievement.
Yeah, it was worth my while because here I went, I did the Arnold, I won, and I used every single penny I got from the Arnold to defend myself. And that's why I told the judge, I said, listen, I'm going to hire 3 lawyers for this case.
But how did it happen? So you come back to the airport and they detain you.
Like the guy,
But to clarify, they
Rodriguez.
detain you in Spain.
No.
Oh, in the
The
States.
customs.
Yeah, because when they let you go wherever. But when you come back, that's where,
Yeah, some countries
face the
just
music.
don't let you in, obviously. But you're already in. This is you finishing the
Yeah,
Arnold,
usually it was
coming
Canada.
back.
Coming back home,
Mostly
yeah.
Canada and stuff like that.
Right. So you're coming back. You're in the States. You're at customs at JFK, I'm assuming.
Yeah, and
Right.
they just say,
And
oh, man.
when they got you, when they detained you, how long do you think it's going to last and how long it actually lasted, you being locked up?
I mean, I calculated a month or 2, which I thought wasn't bad because it was the holidays, and I'm not a big fan of the holidays, So I'm going to have to just skip through this, come out by January, and, But unbeknownst to me, that wasn't the way.
How long
kinda
it took?
Man, I had the toughest judge, man. This guy kept pushing my case every 2 months as opposed to a week or 2.
This was in January.
This was in October.
Oh, October
yeah.
of 2011.
October, yeah. So by like end of November, December, I'm like, oh, this is not looking good.
Damn.
I had
And you're
called my lawyer. I said,
You're still
listen,
detained.
Yeah, I was
Wow.
detained. But before they detained me, they said, you know what? You can go home, drop off your bags, and, we'll wait for you. I said, I didn't want to deal with that. I said, let's just go now.
And this is a champion, bodybuilding champion.
I
Comes
remember
back
calling
home.
my lawyer, listen, I have to go in and stand by.
They detain you because of what? What was the main reason?
Well, there's 2 things. When you get in trouble in anyday life, DUI, possession, anything that's aggravated or an
Sure.
assault or whatever, and you only have a green card, you have to face the, civil judge, but then you also have to face the immigration judge. So you get a double jeopardy, for the same exact case. One of them is, for the state, and the other one is for immigration. So they determine whether you're still good enough to stay here. And,
So were you held in an immigration facility, like immigration jail, or like a regular?
no, it was immigration half, and the other half was
Just
you know,
regular.
Yeah.
I have a question. How many days after Arnold Classic you come back? 4 days?
I think the Arnold was on a Saturday. It was Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. It was on a Wednesday.
Wednesday. 4 or 5 days. When you come back, you just finish the show.
Yeah.
Just finished, came back bloated, swollen.
Yeah, what do you do when you go to jail? What do you do over there? You wasn't worried about your food, your training, your stuff.
I think that's the last.
That's the last thing I was thinking
the
of.
last thing you want to
Prison.
worry about. But immigration jail is probably the worst, and I think it has to do with psychologically. They want you to break. They want you to sign out. They want you to deport yourself. Limited phone calls. Commissary comes in late. As opposed to the guys who were in jail for the state, which was right across the hall from us. So we had to exchange commissary with them because they got it, pretty much twice a week. We got it once a week.
So you're like a third-class citizen in there, basically.
No, zero citizen.
Zero citizen.
They bring you back
Wow.
to the alien feeling,
I remember that moment in time you had a restaurant too.
Yeah. So that
You had the
that was-
business. You had the open business.
yeah, that was the first fall. It was the business. Had to close the business. Had to close the business. It was man, it was a roller coaster.
Did they get you on any charges regarding PEDs as well, or no?
I mean, I had I think they call it like 2 bottles. In the
Oh, with you?
I mean, at home.
Oh, Oh, they went to your home to search the home?
Yeah, that happened like 11 years prior, though.
Right.
Oh, okay.
That was
Yeah,
the incident where you were like supposedly taking it
So
because
what
of
happened 11 years
PEDs.
prior came back.
Came back to haunt you. Yeah, your immigration status. Yeah.
Is it true that your lawyer got Arnold Schwarzenegger to write a letter or something like that to
Yeah,
the judge?
Arnold wrote a letter. Thanks, Arnold. Steve Blackman. I mean, a few,
To the judge, right?
Yeah, to the judge.
Interesting.
But this judge was just he was hard. He was hard. He didn't care about the letters.
Yeah,
he didn't care about anything.
Interesting.
What he did care about was for you to rat yourself out.
Right. This is a federal case then. So this was like a federal. It wasn't like state.
Well, it's immigration.
Immigration's federal, right?
It's all
it's
federal.
federal.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's all
yeah.
federal. Yeah.
And he would set you up. He would tell you, "Come on, I really want to help you."
Really?
Guys, remember this. And I got to share this always.
Yeah, some pointers.
Listen, guys, whenever a cop, a judge, a prosecutor says, "I want to help you," lawyer up, don't say shit, don't say nothing, nada, zero, zilch. All right? They never, ever, most 99.5% of the time, they never really want to help you. They want to help themselves.
So the judge wanted you to basically get deported.
Oh, of course. But I changed the whole game. When I got in there was a lot of guys ready to sign out. And I was like, what the hell's going on? Guys would just run and just sign out instead of facing the judge. And I said, well, when I got there after a week, I started noticing what's going on. I said, guys, why are you signing out? Oh, I don't want to face. You be here for 3 months. You be here for 6 months. You be here for a year. And I would ask him, well, do you have kids? Yeah, I have kids. They're here. Yeah. I'm like, listen, man, don't sign out. You could win. Why don't you stay here?
Sign out meaning what? They go where? They
You
get
sign
deported?
out
The
without
sign out.
facing the
Signing out.
judge.
And then where you go? Where do
You
you
go
go?
back to
You
your
get
country.
deported to your country.
Deport to your
Next
country.
day, the next flight, whatever is the
The
same
next
week, a
flight,
week
they send it
later.
to your country.
Yeah, that was the point of that.
Exactly,
Yeah,
but
but
I
that-
started
that's-
swaying most of them.
That's thousands a day. I mean, that's part of the government
Yes.
here. The crackdown here is, with I believe I forget the agency, but they do that like all
ICE,
day.
right? ICE.
ICE. That's all.
Well,
they do.
again, if you're here illegally, you're
Right.
gonna get deported
Yeah,
anyways.
yeah. Like if
So
you
sign out.
yeah, if you
don't give a
commit
shit at that
if you
point.
commit
Yeah.
if you commit some sort of crime and you're not here legally,
Right,
it's game over.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I started swaying them. I said, don't sign out, live to fight and see another day. At least if you get deported, at least you fought. But if you don't fight, you never know. And you
Right,
can't
right.
take care of your kids.
So when you finally faced the judge, you beat the case basically? Like you
Yeah. I had nothing but time in there. So I studied him. I interview everybody who had the same judge as me.
Wow.
And I will ask him, what does he do? What does he ask for? And I always found a common question, which was he will ask you, hey, I want to help you. Tell me the truth. When was the last time you did something illegal? So if you admitted to 1 year and you say another year, what is that?
Right.
It's perjury.
Would you say that affected your
They
life
catch
a
you,
lot
right?
in terms
They
of
catch you.
Yeah.
A lot of guys get buried on by their own mouth. You
Wow.
know?
by talking.
Would
I have
you,
a question. How many times you eat in the jail? And how's the food was?
You lost a lot of weight in there, obviously.
I mean, how long ago was it? I mean,
2011.
2011.
I could admit it, man. I mean, in the beginning, I was having chicken, I was having pizza.
They gave you all that?
I mean, I have my inside connections
okay,
and stuff, you know. I mean, it was pretty cool. It
How
was
was,
like
how was the
something-
workout? They have a gym?
There's no workout.
They don't. Nothing.
gym.
No. They don't. They
So you
changed
didn't
that.
do like a Rocky Rambo pull up, push up in the jail?
I mean,
Did you or no? Be honest.
you did the push-ups, the pull-ups, but then after a while, it's like, what the hell am I doing? You know. So you after that, you just turn it around. You start playing chess and poker.
Poker too.
Yeah, started the poker club, the chess club, the movie.
Did any
club.
of the female COs try hitting on you?
Female? Did we have female COs? Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Those were the worst ones, man. The female COs.
So they didn't hit on you.
Well, they don't get any. They take it out on you.
Oh.
You know,
How much you
They
lost?
shake you down. You know, turn your whole room around.
How much you lost your weight when you come out?
I lost 50 pounds.
50
Wow.
pounds.
so you were ready to do classic at that time?
I could have done it. You know,
You could've done
except I
classic.
couldn't have had my head up with my skinny neck. It was more like wobbly.
How old you was? How old you was? 2011.
I was at 11. Man, again, that's 11, so I'm 49, man. So 39.
39.
Yeah.
Pretty nice age for bodybuilding.
Yeah.
Besides
It's-
Arnold and anybody else, like try to support you or reach out or help, like from the bodybuilding community, I'm talking about.
I mean, you had Steve, you had Arnold, Dennis James,
Really?
and most importantly, Ronnie Coleman, man.
Really?
Yeah, Ronnie Coleman, man. You know,
What
forget
he
that,
reached
you
out
know.
to you?
What he does?
Yeah, Ronnie Coleman. He showed up on my first stint when I was in jail.
Really?
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
Nice.
Which was short. First stint sounds like I've been there for like a couple of years. It was so short, and you don't want visitors a lot of times. At least I didn't,
Yeah.
because it's like you don't,
Yeah.
you know, you have set schedule,
Of course, yeah.
and then when you get visitors, you have to go through the whole spread butt cheek and all that. You don't want to go through all that.
So what
Oh,
Ronnie
shit.
Coleman told you when they saw you?
Man, he just came through, man, and I was just mostly, I think I was still mostly in shock and anything. And I think that CEO was like, dude, I thought you were big, but somebody bigger is here to see you. Yeah, it was
funny.
pretty solid, man. And again, yeah, but very few. I think a couple of people, a few fans wrote to me, friends. And I found a letter actually not too long ago from one guy in Brooklyn, and it wasn't opened yet. And I just opened it, and it was $20 for commissary.
Wow.
And
Nice.
I have his address, so I'm gonna go visit him.
Really?
Nice.
Yeah, I'm gonna go visit him because I didn't answer, so I'm gonna go visit him. Hopefully,
Wow.
you know, he's still okay and give
Hopefully
him
he's
a
still
shout
alive.
because- no,
Wow.
because he actually took the time, right?
No, that's
you know,
amazing.
wrote
That's an amazing
Yeah.
story.
two-page letter, and you know,
That's what's
whenever
up.
you're in the hospital, in jail, somebody.
Would you say
goes to
you
see
were
is
you were a
big.
casualty of the times, considering like if this would have happened today, would probably be a different story, kind of, right?
No, immigration has their own policy. You know, you got to remember, Obama at that time didn't do anything for immigration. He didn't have the
was
balls
worse.
to change anything. He was just, you know,
He actually helped the kids. He did a Dream Act. So the kids that were here, you know,
Dream Act that they took away now.
they took it away. They took it away later, but he actually did help. But
Yeah,
So when you
It was
come
just a
out,
dream.
you lost 15 pounds.
5-0.
50 pounds,
Yeah.
sorry. You lost 50 pounds, and how you come back?
in GI1, actually,
How
Generation
come back
1,
to
we
the? How come back to the? Again, this sport competition. You
I
competed. Miss
didn't,
Olympia.
man. I didn't because right when I was coming back, then I broke my arm.
yeah. In Generation 1, we're filming with you the comeback. and You
Yeah.
broke your arm, yeah.
You ever seen Airplane, the movie? You guys,
yeah.
I saw it.
Remember when
I think so.
Stryker starts talking about all these mishaps,
And then it goes into like a flashback.
and goes into the flashback, and when he comes back, the person who's telling the story, that he's listening to the story, are either stabbing themselves,
Yeah.
hanging themselves, or pouring gasoline. I'm like, if I continue talking, that's what's gonna happen to the audience out there. So let's turn it up. Let's turn it up.
Was it mentally difficult? Because you obviously you deflated a lot while you were there. When you came
Nah,
out, people expect
nah.
to see you like, you know, Victor Martinez, you know, bodybuilder.
No, because that's one of the things also. I love bodybuilding. I love building my body, but I never defined always as a bodybuilder. The muscle was just a little extra.
Extra. Yeah.
So that's the problem with a lot of people that they define with the muscles
That's
they
the
have.
only thing they have, yeah.
That's all they have. So when they lose it, they really lose their identity. And for me, I was fine. I was fine because it got to a point that I was getting the food I was getting, and I told, you know, my friend is like, stop getting me the food. You know, I don't want to get fat in here. I'd rather go out skinny and rebuild. So I didn't care about getting skinny.
Right.
You know, if anything, I got healthier and
It's good.
came out. It was, you know, but you get the muscle back. You know.
Exactly.
Okay, guys, we're a few days from the Arnold Classics. You heard our predictions. Who's gonna be as close to? Do you give yours?
I said Nick Walker would probably win, but I would like to see Sean Clarita win because
I
that would
think-
make things
yeah.
a lot interesting for
Yeah.
next year.
I would like to see Sean Clarita win too. I mean,
this
I'm rooting for all these guys. I think they're all great, and I think Nick Walker is just going to be a favorite.
Yeah.
But I also
No
think,
complaints here with that.
yeah, but I do think that Arnold did really well with bringing up the prize money this year.
300K.
300K for men's
That is
open, and I
great.
think 60K for classic. So
Wow.
it looks like they're going to be competing against Olympia, from what it looks like. going to go back and forth. So we'll see.
gonna
It means
go-
more people coming on board at the Arnold to compete, which is good.
Whole lot more. Remember, you win the Arnold, most of the time you usually go on to win the Olympia. At least 50-50.
Yeah,
But
yeah, that's true.
right?
That's true. That's true. So you think if Nick Walker win in Arnold Classic, it could be
He's
passing
a force. He's a
Hollywood?
force to be reckoned with. You know?
I think Nick Walker at some point will definitely win the Olympia. I mean, he
Yeah, at the
could.
point, yes. But
It seems that way.
this year, if he win Arnold, he can win Mr. Olympia. I have
He
a
can,
question
yeah,
for
he
you.
can.
You left out Derek Lunsford. You know, he skipped the Arnold just to focus on the Olympia.
Is it easy to pick 2 times a year?
The Arnold, that's why the Arnold is good. It's placed in the
Months
beginning
away.
of the year, and then the Olympia is not till like December this year.
Yeah, but
So that's perfect. Before
But
it used
think
to be
about it.
August.
5 months before was Mr. Olympia, and then you have
So
to.
close to the Arnold, I think you could sustain it.
You're staying. Yeah.
You can't sustain it if you don't do any of the toxic, supplementation that's gonna, keep you out. But I think it's one of the great shows to do because it's only about 2-3 months away, and you just got to pull back a little bit, couple of weeks, and then just jump start it again.
Right.
So I think the Arnold's not the problem. The only problem I would see is any of the shows that follows the Arnold. If you try to peak at another show, let's say April, May, June,
It's too close.
you're asking for it. You're
Yeah.
asking to set yourself up.
It's too because Ronnie Coleman on the movie The King, he said 2001 when I compete Arnold and Mr. Olympia, it was hard for me because it's 2 times picking, and he said at the Arnold
It is.
almost I'm dying at the Arnold.
At the Olympia, he said he
Yeah.
almost died.
At Olympia, sorry.
Yeah.
Because 2 times picking and 6 months and 6 months part. But
Yeah.
I think it's hard for 2 times picking that.
You could do it once in a while, but if you're trying to do both shows twice for a few years, then it's
Why Arnold not invite Mr. Olympia to Arnold?
I'm sure he did invite.
Just one time.
He did
No,
invite.
Just
I mean,
one
most
time.
Olympians don't sign up, don't request to be in the Arnold.
No, they do it all the time. They like the
would love
the
it.
Request, they'll take
the
them,
Arnold
of course.
promoters
Yeah.
have always attempted to do that.
They don't go. The
just
champions,
don't go.
the Olympia champions usually just don't
I
go.
I don't think they invite the Mr. Olympia
No, they do.
champion to Arnold.
They do.
So
They-
Heidi
they
wasn't
just-
invited, you said?
No, before. Hardy
But
invite before.
remember, they only said the only Olympian that was currently Mr. Olympia that did the Arnold was Ronnie Coleman.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. Ronnie Coleman was Mr. Olympia,
Right.
and he is coming to Arnold.
He
Before-
took that chance. He
Yeah.
took that chance, and lucky he cracked it. But I think a lot of guys.
I mean,
just-
that year Arnold bring one hammer,
the Hummer.
Hummer, prize money, and watch.
Yeah, this is Ronnie. I want that Hummer. I want to do it. I want that Hummer. Yeah, buddy.
No, they wanted to
right.
go. They just don't go.
All right, guys. Thank you for joining us this week, and see you next week for Generation Iron Podcast. Don't forget to like, follow, and turn on your notifications. Want to listen to our other episodes? Please tune in to Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio. See you next week.